You see me, now you don't. You see me, now you don't. Oh, look, you see a watermelon. Okay, you guys, I'm here. Um, Ironically, yes, I forgot there was a watermelon sitting at the bottom of the picture. I am eating watermelon. I'm going to eat watermelon with you guys. It's summertime. It's watermelon time. And I perfectly centered my word summer. I'm so proud of myself. So, let's see. I'm putting we'll see if somebody pops in before I share what I want to share. Oh my. I also need to get this in a good spot. Summer, summer. Okay. Who is there? I see somebody. Hello. It is summertime. It's watermelon time. I have something to say, but I need to show it to you. I'm right here, by the way. Okay, they're gone. Oh, I'm waiting for someone to pop on this live so I can tell y'all. So I know that I'm speaking specifically with someone and not just by myself here. Hello, who is there? Welcome to my live. Happy Tuesday. Happy summer. Is it technically summer already? Okay, they're gone. Oh, never mind. Let me just put this away. All right. Maybe I can lower just a little tad. All right, y'all. I am having watermelon while I sit here, sprinkling some pink salt. You know, I never knew about pink salt. I didn't know it had benefits. And pink is my favorite color. So it's like, why not? So good. When it's hot and you have a cold watermelon, so good. Hopefully this will give me magnesium. Lady T, welcome to my live stream. Yeah, there's a watermelon on my little backdrop and I forgot it was down there. Oh yeah. So I get my watermelon from Walmart. And I always struggle to store it in the refrigerator. But y'all, there is a container at my Dollar Tree It's the perfect size for the watermelon. It all fit in there. So I was excited about that. I intentionally bought it just for my watermelon. It takes little room in my refrigerator now in this container. I usually don't eat when I go live, but I thought, why not? Why not? I need to learn how to pick the right watermelon though. I've been doing grocery pickup and just letting them choose it for me, but I need to figure out how to get the right one. Watermelon time. Summertime equals watermelon. I actually worked in the fields as a teenager picking watermelons. No, that's a hard job. That was a hard job. It tastes so good. Well, when you have the right watermelon. You know, sometimes my watermelon doesn't taste that great. So what I do is just make like a agua de sandia, which is like a watermelon water. Blend it in a blender with some cold water. That seems to do the trick so that I'm not wasting the watermelon. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I choke sometimes on my own spit. Watermelon time. Yep, Omen's got the watermelons. Okay, so I use pink salt. It's supposed to have nutrients and stuff. So for the past few years, I've been using pink salt instead of the regular salt that I grew up on. And I have to put some salt on my watermelon. Oh man, it's not about me eating slowly. It's sometimes I just choke on my spit even if I'm not eating anything. I'm used to it. Thanks for joining me, Lady T. Oh yeah, watermelon takes me back to my childhood. We always had watermelon in the summer. It was so good. So good. Now I need to blow my nose. Since I was coughing. anybody there? I'm eating watermelon. I don't like to eat on camera, so I'm here. Um, okay, nobody's really here, so maybe this is a sign for me not to stay live today. Ooh, oh my goodness. How did I do this? Hey Juan, how's it going? Alright, this... Move! Oh, it won't move. I was eating watermelon. It was so refreshing and delicious. Alright, I'm thinking I shouldn't be live today because people just don't want to conversate. I'm gonna give this a few more minutes. See if anyone wants to talk. Oh, thank you, Furious. How are you? I need to... Why is that? Excuse me, why is my camera offline? Oh, there we go. Yes, it is watermelon season here. Isn't it watermelon season everywhere? Everywhere, everywhere. Well, Furious, when you come in with laughing emojis, no, I'm not so glad to see you. If you said, hey, how are you? Or you just do the wave like Juan did, then I would be like, I would have a different reaction. You know what, Juan? I am finding at work, I don't know if I want to be there anymore. Because I follow rules, and I'm going to call out the people who don't, because I'm guessing that's my job. And I get a lot of people in my face, people yelling at me, and it's like, yo, I'm doing my job. And there's still no AC, so it is so hot. I really don't want to do anything. And then I have a portable AC unit. It's so loud that I cannot hear, so I have to turn it off when someone comes in. I have to turn it off when I answer the phone. I have to turn it off when I make a phone call. But you know what? I'm praying on it, and I'm like, Lord, if this is where you want me, I will be here. I'm doing good because I'm home in the cold. Thank the Lord I've got AC. Once, as I was just watching a YouTube short that said we should be finding things we are good at and like to do. When we were 7 or 8, we knew what it was, but we forgot as we get older. Okay, when I was that young, Juan, I wanted to be a ballerina. But we couldn't afford to send me to the dance studio or whatever. And now I'm like, there's no way I'm going to be a ballerina. You know, the little girls have the jewelry box with the ballerina that she goes around. I think that's where it all started. I don't know. I was always trying to do twirls and trying to do gymnastic dance type things. Watermelon plus vodka. Never tried it. And then after that, I wanted, as a little kid, I thought that when you work at the bank, you make a lot of money. I think I'm just going to be in a journey that I'm going to keep changing jobs, y'all. I want to try different things in my old age and not care anymore. And know that God, He has me. So we'll see. We'll see what my next journey will be. Yeah, my motivation for posting is not the best, but I am determined to finish my children's storybook. Okay, I'm determined. I only have like 18 more chapters, and I'm determined to keep my Proverbs 31 woman on Saturday morning going for the rest of the year. Those are the only two things I have truly committed to. If I post anything else, it's just because in the moment I want to. And you know what, Juan? I finally, after all these years, I finally told my dad I have a YouTube channel. And because after all these years, he finally got a smartphone. And I would see him because we took him out when we went to the mission. When we went to eat at a restaurant, my dad's just sitting there on his phone listening to things. And it was just so crazy to see my dad doing that. So I shared with him my YouTube channel. I don't know if my dad's brother watches my channel, but I believe he subscribed, and early on he used to comment, but now I don't see his comments anymore, so I don't know if he knows or if he watches anymore. And some of my other family members used to watch and comment. Now they don't, so I don't know. Don't know what's going on. You know, the scripture that a house will be divided. Sometimes I feel like I go through that with family members. Anyways, who is here? Sometimes I feel like I'm just blabbering and no one's listening. Oh, Juan, that made me smile. He says he's a fan for life. Thank you. How is work going for you? My #1 fan. I'm gonna take this down. Down, down, down. That's so nice of you. Yeah, I don't really schedule my lives other than in the morning Bible time because y'all, I'm trying to live my life, not on the live, but in real life. I'm trying to push myself to get out of the house and do stuff, go different places. So I'm basically doing 2 lives a day. One in the morning, Bible time, and then one whenever it fits in. Okay, Juan says my job has been steady. I now work with IDD adults for my second job. I haven't been as busy as I used to. Interesting, Juan. Fury says you make a hole in your watermelon. You take a diver blender and liquefy the inside. Oh, I think you're talking about like the immersion blender. Well, whoever wants to know how to make a watermelon plus vodka, there you go. But Furious, I don't drink alcohol, so I'm good. What kind of candies would you put in there, Furious? That sounds really dangerous, though. To be having vodka and watermelon. Like, you'll probably drink that like it's water. Fruity jellies. That doesn't sound good. I'm not a fruity jelly candy person. You know a lot about mixed drinks and different drinks, Furious. Juan says dangerous to probably Vanessa. When was the last time you drank alcohol? Okay, the last time, I'm gonna be serious. It was, I believe, the year that I moved in here. So I was with my boyfriend celebrating. And that was the last time. It was some kind of wine cooler that was fairly small. It was a 4-pack. I only had one. And I was like, you know what? It would be nice to have another one the next day for dinner. No, I'm not going to share that story. Never mind. Yeah. So that was many years ago, Juan. Hey, Boombastic. What is your picture now? Gabe says you eat it, not drink it, Vanessa. The watermelon absorbs the vodka. Okay, the way, what's his name, Furious described it, he says you mix, you blend. He's saying you blend the vodka with, but either way, I ain't having it, Gabe. Those contigo canisters are the bomb. Yes. This is like my very first one. I like it because I can cover, you know, where I drink from. And I don't need a straw. I'm trying to stay away from straws because straws are like drinking smokers. You're going to get a lot of wrinkles around your lips. So I'm trying to stay away from straws. Lord's Army. Oh, cool. I've had this for many years. It was probably $10 or less from Walmart. If they had pink, I would have gotten pink, but this is purple. One, I would not pay $35. I would not pay $45 for any water bottle. The most I've paid was $10 or $12. Are they really that much now? I'm cheap. Even when I made really good money, I'm not spending a lot of money. If this does the same thing, you know, as the name brands or whatever, I'm not spending a lot of money. The only bad thing, this only holds 16 ounces. So one water bottle, you know, like the plastic water bottle. I wish I could find this style with more ounces. But I usually have something cold in here, but of course you can put coffee. I mean, I think everybody knows that. Your drinking mug is transparent. What? Drink, oh, you're talking about this, how it's... Gabe, how are you doing? Did you sleep in late? So Juan, are you off right now, or are you in between clients, or what's up with you? Furious says, but I didn't know you didn't drink alcohol. I always thought it was tequila in your water bottles. Yeah, right, Furious. Yeah, right. You know what? When I am really happy and really giggly, I'm just happy on life. In the name of Jesus Christ. Okay, that's not funny, but I'm reading Gabe's next message that he can see through. I'm off, it's 9:18. I'm usually done at home by 6 or 7. Oh, good. Good, Juan. Gabe is chilling out. Juan says just in time for dinner. Oh, yeah. Definitely. Oh, goodness. Yeah, last night I think I was on too late. Too long, too late. So I decided to come on earlier. It's 6 o'clock right now, 6:19. And I already had dinner, and my watermelon was my dessert. You guys, Mr. Furley texted me. If you know who Mr. Furley is, then you know what I'm talking about. I was so surprised. Do you have a date planned since last time? Is the guy in the app cool? Okay, I don't remember where I left off, Furious. But there was one guy that was texting. We exchanged a few messages, and as soon as I asked him if he believed in Jesus Christ, he went silent. AKA, I was ghosted. And I was like, okay, Lord, I would rather know now than like keep going back and forth with messages and then find out later. And then I think the very next day someone new texted me, and he was even doing voice messages. He was cute. He looked Mexican, you know, like American Mexican. But right away I was like, okay, where exactly are you located? All right, Gabe will be right back. Because I was like, this is my location, so where exactly are you? And he's like, I'm actually moved. This is where I live, he said, but I'm actually moving. So where he was currently was far. Okay, where he's moving would be even further. I'm like, I don't think this is gonna be good. It wouldn't work. I was like, good luck on here, and thanks for reaching out. And then Furious, I decided I took a break, another break from the app. By Will AM. What song, Juan? Yeah, because I was just getting obsessed over checking every free moment I would have. I check. Did I get a message? Let some time pass. Check. Did I get a message? And I didn't like that. I wanted to see what song. Are you talking about one of my shorts? Juan. That's from the movie Madagascar. Do you know? Have you watched it? I like them chunky. I like them big. Yeah. It was on my mind, and so I had to pick it. Hey TJ, happy summer to you. Hey Lady Sky, how are you? You know what, Lady Sky? Someone earlier came on named Lady T. And at first I'm like, is this Lady Sky? But it was someone totally different. Furious says, let me tell you some I've noticed about guys and their relationship with religion when you ask them. Oh, do I want to hear this, Furious? Okay, TJ says, I came in just to say God bless you and good night. Thank you, TJ. Same to you. Lady's doing all right. Lady, have you been doing your music lives at nighttime? You know, when you play the music videos. Lady, I'm thankful I am home in AC because at work, the struggle is real. I don't even know why I stayed there in this hot heat. I made my first big mistake at work, y'all. Today. Uh, you rarely do them, lady? Él quería el email de el dueño. Dueña. What was I going to say? Whenever I'm in the mood for music. Yes. Lady, do you find that you have to be in the mood to go live or... Yeah. I have to be in the mood, period, to come on live. You know what, you guys? I was just waiting for someone to put a negative comment on my short when I said modest outfit for a hot day. I was waiting for someone to do some negative comments. Let me see if I do have any. No, I don't. Okay. Okay, I'm waiting for Furious to write down what he said he was going to write. Okay, so in case you guys don't know, my dad has skin cancer, so I've been taking him daily to get radiation. So, guess what I'm doing while I wait for him? Okay, lady says, I've stopped going live last week because of screenshots that a few certain individuals that I know likes to make fun of me. Oh, that is awful, lady. But just know that you are absolutely beautiful. You are absolutely wonderful. If you guys don't know, Lady Sky was the first one who went live with me. We went side by side. It's tough whenever there's like negativity. It really is tough. Even though my confidence comes from the Lord, sometimes I get down. You're welcome, lady. Well, I'm glad you come here, lady, and whenever you get bullied and oh, that's awful. I'm glad you're here, lady. There's a lot of hate. It's evil. It's awful. Furious is back. Sorry, I was just finishing losing an argument with my mom and my wife who teamed up against me. It's You know, when I first came on live, I had a lot of, maybe I would call it tests, a lot of hate at first. But I think somehow I weeded them out, or I don't know, they don't come to my channel anymore. Um, a very, it's very random, which I'm so thankful. And I wanted to give up when I first was doing live streams. But something told me just keep pushing, just keep going. Furious's black guys, they're either the most pious men on earth or the most hardcore atheist in the world, depending on what gets them that oh yeah thing. Okay, apparently Furious is going to write about, what was it again? What guys and their relationship with religion is. The more people hate on me, the more I will show up. You go, Boombastic. I think I told you guys yesterday that one of the tenants came in. Good for you, lady. Just ignore it. Yep. That's the best thing to do is ignore it. Yesterday I shared with you guys that one of the tenants was so upset because I had a non-compliance write-up about her having a guest stay over because she's maxed out her household with her and her children, so there, no one can stay there. So she came in, of course, upset about that, and then she's like, oh, did you know that this is happening and that is happening, you know, doing the tattletale thing. And then she ended with, I'm gonna call your supervisor and tell her all about you. And she was probably, okay, I said, good, go ahead, you know, but I said it with a smile, and I said it as nicely as I could. And I was thinking, maybe she wanted me to say, oh no, don't tell on me, you know what I mean? But I have nothing to hide. There's nothing she could say about me that I feared. Well, I told my supervisor, I was like, so-and-so came in, you know, I gave her the non-compliance, and she's all upset. And she's like, today, she's like, you know what, she didn't call yesterday, and she didn't call today. Furious's Latino guys, they're pious, they believe in Jesus Christ, but that's pretty much the only thing they've got going for them. Furious, what? How do you know this? Like, what is your expertise to be speaking for each group you're speaking on? Conclusion, you done. That was my racist and stereotypical moment. Oh, so be it. Furious, are you... What is your race? I think Furious is black. I don't know. I'm not sure what Furious is. His first language is French. What do you call a man that's married but after another woman? Oh my goodness. Well, you guys never let me ask me. But when I take my dad to get his radiation treatment, I'm sitting there in the lobby just looking at every single person that walks through, walks in, walks around. Because maybe my future husband's there. A doctor. A nurse. I don't know. A supporting son, a whatever, best friend. Furious says he is human. Bombastic says cheating is cheating, whether it's physically or emotionally, still cheating. Yep, that's what I think too. Furious says, how can you guess that I'm black? Can you pick up on my accent through my comments? You talk a lot about black perspective. I think Furious is why I'm saying that. Juan says, how much time do y'all think Diddy will get? You know what? At first I had a little bit of interest in the case, but now I don't want to give him any attention. So I don't, if it's on the news or whatever, I just skip away. But one time I was on there, and I can't remember how much they said if he gets, what is it called? If it's racketeering, he could get a lot of time. But I don't remember, so I hope he gets the maximum time. Yeah. It's evil. It is evilness, that's for sure. Yes, I remember Pixel. Boombastic says she doesn't care. Will he do time, or will his double do the time for him? What, Boombastic? Boombastic is into those, what do you call them? Theories, or what are they called? Gabe says Furious is stating his opinion, not to facts. Oh, goodness. I think every person is unique. And you just have to get to know every single person to know, to be able to say how they are. Michael Holder. Hello. Juan says, I think he is fried like an egg. Everyone's tired of his shenanigans. Fury says, yeah, I'm black. I already told you, but you probably didn't pay attention. I'm black and my wife is Asian. I remember your wife being Asian, but I don't remember you specifically saying you were black, Furious. Do you really speak French? Furious. Because sometimes I'm suspicious of you, Furious. Remember, we had the last time you were here, it was like, who is this? Because the way you were writing was very different than how you used to write. I'm not sure what country Furious is in. Bombastic, I don't believe he's in the US. So I don't know if she was looking for a green card. Gabe says, lesson from this Diddy stuff, do not idolize anyone. These so-called stars are the worst kind. Amen to that, Gabe. It put out in the open a lot of the evil that happens. And if someone still chooses to support that, then you know who they are. I mean, it's crazy. Fallen angels, demons, the stars. Furious says, sometimes I write fast, like right now, and sometimes I take my time. He says he already told me. Well, I have, what do you call it? Discernment. There's some people I've never questioned once. That I believe that they say who they are. But there are some of you who I do have discernment about. And I let you know. I don't like hide that. Bombastic says I went to pay on my ticket today. Oh, was it your $10? Vanessa, did your dad get in the wrong truck today? No, it was not. It was there was nothing interesting that happened today when I took my dad. He's like, a ver si me. If, he's like, let me see if I can get into another truck today. Oh, you paid 15 today. Gabe says, even worse is how society pressures us to idolize these fools. I was 15, 16 years old. Wait, no. I was in my early 20s when I realized, I've said it before, that I was idolizing Selena, the one who was murdered in Texas. And then I just stopped. I stopped even listening to her music. I was like, you know what? If it comes on the radio, fine, but I'm not going to be playing her CDs over and over. That's how it went. And I was extremely mindful after that. Furious says, next step, I'll send you a photo of me by email. That way you'll know what I look like when you have to come pick me up at the airport on February 14th. Because you keep saying you're going to send a picture. You haven't, Furious. You have not. Actually, send me a picture of you and your wife. I don't want a picture of you. I want a picture of you and your wife. Bombastic says, either I was going to pay on my ticket or I was going to buy blunts. Bombastic. I'm glad you made the right choice. I'm glad. You wanted to date Selena and Michael Jackson. Nice, good. Oh, Bombastic wanted to. I was like, I didn't want to. I used to be listening to Michael Jackson music too. I would listen to the Michael Jackson music to dance. Like whenever I was doing my workouts, dancing was my workout. Furious like suspense. Okay, what did Fozzie say? Nice, good, you. It's like he's responding to someone, but nobody said anything to him. Gabe says, chip away at that ticket. It will be paid eventually. Bombastic says, Gabe, right? I have until November. It's always nice to pay something off sooner. Okay, who on earth is Fozzie talking to? Okay. Furious says, I just remembered you leaked Omar Z's face. I'm not trying to have that happen to me. I didn't leak it, Furious. I got permission from Omar. Boombastic, you're a witness. Omar said I could show his picture, right? Vanessa, I'm broke. I can't pay it all at once. No, but like Gabe said, you're just paying as you can. Yeah, I hear ya. I hear ya. Thank the Lord I paid off my vehicles ahead of time. I was able to. Thank you. See, Furious, I had permission from Omar Z to show his picture. I'm not going to show someone's picture if I don't have permission. Okay, Fozzie seems like he's from another country. And Fozzie, just in case you know, I don't really understand people from other countries. Furious says, I'm not sure I want to risk that. Hey, Furious, you here? Okay, guys, let me show you his face real quick before he shows up. I wouldn't do that, Furious. Boombastic says, I was in a car accident. I had to start all over with new vehicle and payments. Boombastic, when was that? I know you've mentioned the car accident, but like, was it a year ago, 2, 3? One says, I paid my car insurance up for the whole year this year. Nice. This is what I've been doing. I've been paying my car insurance 6 months at a time. It saves me a little bit of money. It comes out of my savings account though, y'all, because I'm part-time now. There is no budget in my part-time paycheck to pay car insurance. So my car insurance has been coming out of my savings and I pay ahead of time. I save some money. And I did find affordable car insurance, so that's kind of a lot, Juan, but see, I have 2 cars, full coverage, and for 1 year, thank the Lord, I think I would be paying $1,400 for a whole year. I don't know how new your vehicle is, Juan, but I have fairly new cars, which is why, remember I had that conversation, should I sell one of my cars because of insurance costs? But this is the route I chose to go. And so far, I'm happy with it. You're glad you did. Yes, it's nice not to worry about it. Gabe says, y'all leaking stuff now? P.S. What kind of pictures you ladies talking about? I'm not talking about no pictures. This is furious. Omar Plumber is here. He's just saying hello, good night, peace. Boombar. Where did I get that from? Boombastic says 3 years and I've never been the same. Wow. Juan says, did you ever sell it? No, I still have it, Juan. I have both my cars. I don't know. I don't know if I will sell. If things get bad, I would. I think Omar is asking, Bombastic, did you really miss him? Furious says, in some angles you look like your mother, like twins. Omar says, I'm tired, just finished working. Yeah, some angles I look like my dad, some angles I look like my mom. I forgot the other name too, Boombastic. What was it? It's because I'm reading and I kind of combine 2 words into one. I do that a lot. My son claims he wants to buy my truck off of me, you know, in the future. So he's like, Mom, don't sell it. I will buy it. So, I don't know. Tequila. I mean, he's going to inherit my vehicles at this point. If I don't have a husband, my child is inheriting everything. Whenever I'm trying to save money, whenever I'm trying to have a budget, which is very similar to when I'm trying to lose weight. So when I'm on a tight budget, I want to spend money. When I'm on a diet, I want to eat everything. Does anybody ever, does that happen to you? Boombastic is dyslexic with numbers. I don't know if I'm dyslexic. I just know that my mind is like thinking much faster than I speak, I think. And so I want to say something else. Okay, I'll tell you one thing my dad said. He's like, okay, I have to wear shorts every day to my appointments. He's like, I'm going to have to buy me some more shorts. I'm like, really, Dad? Who cares if he wears his shorts like twice a week? You know what I mean? Morticia. Gabe says, of course, the stuff you should not do is the most tempting. Yeah, so the reason I said that is because I'm getting an itch to either trade a vehicle or buy something. Buy like a, what are those called? Like a small off-road vehicle of some sort. So I can take a ride in the desert by myself. Because I won't take my vehicles on the dirt road. Somebody just peeled out outside. Bombastic says, yes, I'm mad because I want a hamburger and I can't because I need to pay my truck. Good. I'm glad you have control. Or what is that called? Discipline, Bombastic. Fury says, every time you drink that water from your bottle, I'm taking a shot of vodka. Go for it, Furious. If you got your vodka, cheers. That was too much. A big gulp. My water is cold in here and it tastes so good when it's in here cold. Bombastic says, let me go get my Bahama. Okay, somebody moved out of their apartment last night. And they left their keys in my office, like the drop box. I was supposed to meet with them yesterday so we could walk through. I went in there, knocked, nobody answered, went in there, and it was obvious they were still moving. So then I had to go handle other business, and I called her, but she didn't answer her phone. So today, she dropped her keys in. I went in the unit today to inspect it because, in case you guys didn't know, there's like so many days that you have to inspect, report out any damages, or issue back the security deposit balance. It's a limited time. So when I went in there, they left. Thankfully, she did not leave any big furniture stuff. It's all overflowing at the trash can, which I'm going to end up charging her because we get charged an extra fee when they pick up big items, because I know that's all her stuff. She left small items. She left some kind of alcohol. You know those little 99-cent things you can get at the convenience store. That's where I've seen them. I don't know what flavor it was, but she left that in the freezer. She left an ice chest that was sitting on the patio with some Bud Light beers, cans. I want to say it was definitely a six-pack-ish. So I willed, that's been sitting out there, by the way, for like 3 weeks. And I'm very surprised no one went in, to see what's in there. So I wheeled it into the apartment, picked up other trash that she left outside on the patio. I'm going to assume I'm the one who's going to have to clean up since there's no maintenance, man. I'm not looking forward to that. But yeah, I was like, how would this look if I'm walking around with liquor? How do I say this belonged to the empty apartment? That was my thought. Gabe, she left. I'm not going to text her from my personal cell phone. That's the problem I'm encountering. I'm not texting anyone with my personal cell phone. But yeah, I get it. It's 2025. Fury says, all right, let me say something serious for once. Instead of asking your date right away if he follows Jesus Christ, investigate gently. That way you'll get an honest answer without even asking the question. Tell them it belongs to Gabe. You know what, Furious? It was not the very first question I asked the person on the dating app. There was some back and forth prior. And yeah, I had to know. I would rather know way up front if he follows Jesus Christ or not. That's the most important thing to me. I'm not going to sugarcoat the question. I'm not going to softly ask the question. I need to know. Remember, has anyone ever heard Mark Anthony? I need to know. I need to know. Gabe. Remember, I'm a square. Fumbasa says, aren't you happy you didn't send a picture of your house and cars? Yes, I'm glad. Gabe says, is laughing at Boom, and Boom says, Furious says, I know, but don't ask at all, not before meeting him. Furious, I'm not going to waste my time. Okay, he lived in another city, okay? Most likely, I would have wanted to meet up in his city, not mine. So that would have cost me my time, would have cost me my mileage. And if we met up somewhere and he didn't pay, it would have cost me to buy for myself. You know what I mean? I am not wasting my time, y'all. I ain't doing it. Period. Investigate in your mind with some trap questions. And Boombastic says, Furious wants you to conform to the worldly man. It's crazy. He should want better for you. I see that, Boombastic. I do see that. Sometimes I think it's hilarious what Furious says. Yeah, he just obviously isn't for me. I don't want to waste his time, and I don't want to waste my time. I understand, but there's a method to know and answer that question with asking. Furious. The reason I'm being so upfront about it this time around is because the first time I was in the dating, I wasn't that upfront, and I ended up wasting my time. I did. And I'm 45, and I am not here. I don't have a lot of time here to be wasting. Every moment is precious to me. Every moment is priceless. And some of them can come right out and say yes, and they're lying to me, but I'm going to see through that. I will see right through it. Okay, I want to show Boombastic something. Of course, all of you can see, but is that sticky? Oh no, something is sticky. Boombastic, remember? You were like, cut up your watermelon. Y'all, I got this container at Dollar Tree, $1.25. It holds my entire watermelon. It's like taller than most containers. And it doesn't take up a whole bunch of space in my refrigerator. I bought this only for watermelon storage. Because before I had watermelon all over my fridge in different containers. Omar Zaman, how you doing? Gabe says, boom, just scratching my head wondering did somebody try to pick up somebody. I think I spilled some watermelon over here. Oh, Gabe is watching fireworks again. Darius says, use some Mexican magic. You probably have an aunt who knows about spells. But don't ask directly because if the guy is pretending, you'll waste even more time. Umbasa says you still have that watermelon. Is it even real? This is my second or third watermelon since last month. One watermelon will last about 1 week between my son and I. And then he was gone for 1 week, so I didn't have, did I have watermelon? Oh yeah, I did have some leftover watermelon when he was gone. Who was trying to pick who up, Gabe? Yes, Gabe, who? This is the best watermelon I've had this summer. The very first one was bad. The second one was alright. But I was saying earlier, if my watermelon doesn't taste good by itself, I end up just making like a agua de sandia out of it, but with no sugar. And it tastes a little bit better that way, so I don't waste watermelon. What will I do for the 4th? Hold on, let me turn the light on with my sticky shoe. No, that's not watermelon. I bet my child spilled something right there. Yeah, I just sat in the right spot. This is what I was thinking, Omar. I'm probably going to be by myself. I'm going to create a playlist of sad country songs, sad Mexican songs, and make maybe the bratwurst sausage, hamburger, some kind of ribs, potato salad. That's it, if it's just me. That's what I plan on doing. What about you, Omar? Bobasek says, Omar Z, I got a question for you. Didn't you let Vanessa show the picture? Omar Z says, I always bad. You frustrated time. Gabe says, I guess I misread the commentary. Pardon me, I've sinned. What did Gabe say? Don't listen to Burren. I think he's telling me not to listen to a certain song, but I'm not sure what it is. I seriously think that's what I'm going to do on 4th of July. I've never done that before. But there's always a first. Furious, if you're still here, I got another drink. Oh my god, my shoe is sticking. What time did Jesus go to bed? He would stay up late. He would go off by himself and pray at nighttime. I don't really think it ever said he rested. Boombastic said he had no place to rest his head. That's what the word says. Omar, where did you see that at? What's the scripture? What's the verse? I need facts. Oh my goodness. Okay, Gabe said it wasn't him. You, Boom. Another drink because I'm thirsty. You don't have any authority, Omar Zaman. Oh goodness. Omar, do you work tomorrow? Okay, let me look at my keyboard. I think he meant to click on I and instead he clicked on 8. Oh goodness. How long have I been on? A little over an hour. That's not bad. Boomboss, it says, see, he's seen all cross-eyed if he doesn't even know what he's typing. Where are the ladies at? Okay, guys, I was sitting in the office waiting for my dad to do his treatment. And that office has a quilted blanket that has different types of cancer with the colored ribbon that corresponds to it. I highly doubt that was all of them, but someone, because I was playing games but listening to my surroundings, someone said they had no idea that there was different types of cancer. They said they thought there was only breast cancer. And I was like, did he really just say that? And he is an older man. But then I started thinking, it's quite possible that nobody knows there's other types of cancer. Bombastic, I'm telling you, I was looking at everyone because my future husband could have been in there. No, but realistically, they're all older or definitely not my type. Gabe says he didn't mean the only kind that has a ribbon. Yes. He didn't mean the only kind that has a ribbon. According to his conversation, he's like, I didn't know there was all kinds of cancers, and he's reading all of them to the person that he was talking to on the phone. And I heard him say, I thought that it was only breast cancer. Oh, really, Bombastic? But apparently there is a ribbon color for every cancer. I know that because my mom's cancer had its own color. And yeah, it's just interesting. Some of them have like two colors together. Like on one half is one color, and then the other half is another color. Breast cancer is pink. Yeah, cancer, I think, just runs in my family, especially on my mom's side. My dad is the only one that I know of that has cancer on his side. But cancer runs on my mom's side for sure. I've never seen a picture of my dad when he was really young. And it makes me wonder if my dad was a Weddle, because in my family, I have quite a few cousins who are born with blonde hair, but over time it turns to like a dark brown, even like blackish color. And I'm wondering if my dad was a Weddle and that's why he was more susceptible to the skin cancer. Your dad was handsome when he was young? Okay, the youngest picture I've seen of my dad, he was probably 20, early 20s. And it is so crazy. The hairstyle and everything is identical to my brother's youngest son. Because my brother's youngest son, my nephew, was even doing the same exact hairstyle as my dad, and they look identical. It's so crazy. Bombasi says, but my dad looked like an Indian with the high cheekbones and red skin. You know, whenever I've never really studied the structure, like facial structures of people. But I remembered I'm only saying this because I was at the mall, and if you've ever been inside a mall, like the indoor mall, there's those vendors who have a booth right in the center. And one of them was a makeup booth. He sounded like he was from some other country. I don't remember where he was from. And he somehow talked me into sitting there so he could do a little makeup on me. And he was talking about my bone structure. He said I had bone structure from some other country. I can't remember, y'all. I was like trying to concentrate on where my child was because I had taken my son and cousins that are my son's age with us. So I was like, where are these kids? You know, while I'm sitting here getting this done. I mean, this was just a few years ago. So my son was, he would have been 14, 15-ish. Probably. I don't know how to pronounce that. I don't know how to pronounce that. Okay, I don't think Bombastic knows either. Djibouti. Yeah, that's how I would pronounce it too, Bombastic. And then, speaking of structures and stuff, that same nephew that I just told you looks like my dad. He's my tallest nephew, too. He's probably an inch taller than what my dad's tallest height was. He told my son, oh, you have a nose like, I want to say he said a Greek nose. And he's like, all the women like that. And I'm like, where did you hear that from? He had me laughing. Caro says, real men live by the Bible, not Reddit. Gabe says the country. The guy was probably from Djibouti. If I looked on a map, I would probably... I want to say he was from Jerusalem area. Around Jerusalem. But I can't remember. Okay, so the way he talked, it was scary too. It wasn't gayish, okay, because that can scare me too, all right? It was a very different way that he spoke. It was kind of creepy. Okay, Gabe is laughing. Omar is back. Omar Plumber. Bombastic says, Omar P, why aren't you talking? Okay, he would like, it was almost like he was talking like he was a clown. Egypt. That's the best way I could. If a clown would talk, that's how he was talking. It was so weird. I was like, Lord, what am I doing sitting in this seat? I shouldn't have done it. He was, he definitely had black hair. He wasn't light-skinned. He wasn't that dark either. I don't know if I can't remember if he was my skin tone, maybe lighter or different, like more neutral, more warm. I don't know how to explain it. I always wanted to go back and find him. He's probably gone. when I get home. Oh, Omar's not at home. Okay, this is gonna be weird. But you know how the Lucky Charms guy from the cereal talks? That's almost kind of how he was talking. He got so excited. Is that the best way to describe it? All right, Omar Bombastic says be safe getting home. It was weird, y'all. All I know, it was just capital W, capital E, capital I, capital R, capital D. Weird. And I had to skedaddle as fast as I could. I think the only thing I let him put on me was a little, like he was trying to match do a match for foundation and then blush, and that was it. I was like, okay, I gotta go find my child. I can't believe I'm telling you guys this. Did he have a crystal ball? Gabe says, was it close to Halloween when that stuff at the mall happened? No, this was actually Thanksgiving weekend. Because we were at a family gathering, doing like Thanksgiving / celebrating one of my aunt's birthdays on a Saturday. And then I took my son and my cousins to the mall afterwards. Hey Robert, how's it going? Bombastic says, would you explain to me? I see like a fortune teller, crystal ball, necromancy type deal. He seemed perfectly normal when he approached me. He was actually kind of handsome, which is probably why I stayed to get to do that, because I usually tell people no. And then he starts talking after I'm already sitting there, and I'm like, okay, he is weird. It got weird once I sat down. Robert says, awesome, thanks, hope all is well with you. Oh, always, Robert. Because I trust in God. I trust in God. American, that Thanksgiving is November, right? Yes, it's at the end of November. Bombastic says, really, Vanessa, you like weird people. He seemed totally normal. Even when he asked me to sit down, he sounded normal. I'm messing with my finger there. Robert, did you have a good day today? How was it go? How was life today? His name was a weird name too. I think it started with the P. I don't know. It's funny how you can remember all these things years later. Little details, just not enough. Gabe says, boom, I guess Vanessa was feeling the Lucky Charms vibe. He would, okay, to make it even more weird, he would say something and he'd like hop. He was like super excited about everything he would say. Boombasa says, okay, there's this story that goes around out here. People would go to a cantina and they will go dancing with this handsome man, and the woman would take turns. So one day a woman was dancing with him. I think I've heard it, Boombasa. They saw him floating in the air, and he had one normal leg and one chicken leg. Okay, this is the story I've heard, Boombastic. That there was a very handsome man that would dance. And when they look at his feet, they were like hooves. Isn't that crazy? And my family on my mom's side, because my mom would tell me it came from Texas. So maybe it kind of came from Texas and changed a little bit. So maybe I should have looked at his feet. Is that what you're saying, Boombastic? Oh my goodness. Gabe says the Lucky Charms guy hopped and danced around for you too. Yes, he was weird. It was so weird. I was just praying. I was praying. I was like, okay, I got to go. Gots to go. And thank you, Lord, I've never experienced anything like that again. I should have looked at his feet. Oh my goodness. Okay, so my great grandmother, had a lot of superstitions. She came from Texas, but she had a lot of superstitions, and my mom also picked those up. I'm like, Mom, I don't believe in any of that. I have Jesus Christ. Like, I don't need to worry if I break a mirror. I don't need to worry if I put my purse on the floor. I don't need to worry if I sweep my hair or something. There was like so many superstitions. He sounds like an enchanter. Well, he didn't enchant me to buy anything. I just said thank you, and I was gone. Yes, she should have looked at his feet, considering how gracefully he moved. He moved like a gazelle. Has anyone never came across someone like that? Oh my goodness. Oh, Bombastic is saying my bone structure is Egyptian. You know what? I'm going to look that up. Egyptian bone structure. Dun, 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 dun. Na, 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 na. Na, 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 na. I don't know. I'm not seeing it, Bombastic, when I pull up examples. Dun, 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 dun. Na, 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 na. I'm going to have to study them. I will be studying it. Gabe, did you say you were drinking today? Is it another night to relax with the beer? Oh. No, my dad's gonna go every day basically for this whole month. Okay, here's a lady. Egyptian. Wait a minute. Oh, it's going away. An Egyptian lady. I'm gonna ask my cousin, not my cousin, my nephew. Let's see if he does it. Hello. Do you still have your genealogy tree or whatever it was? If you do, can you resend to me because I have a different phone and I lost the one you originally sent. I'm gonna have my nephew send me his because he did that blood DNA thing and it'll be somewhat, don't you think that'll be close because he's my brother's son? That it might be a little bit telling for me. Or Native Indian. Yeah, I'm not sure. We'll see what if my nephew has it. He's probably thinking like that is such a weird question for you to ask me. Okay, he responded. Good thing he responded quickly. Maybe he can send it back to me while I'm still alive. Um, so the research shows that my last name originates from Spain. So I'm going to assume my dad's heritage comes from Spain. At some point in his family tree, I know for sure that my mom's heritage or whatever, she comes from Spain because um, my mom's great grandma was born in Spain, and I want to say she traveled here too. She landed in Texas. But my mom doesn't know who her real dad is. All we know is he was in Texas. And then oh, he sent it. He sent it to me, y'all. Quickly. Okay. Let me see if I understand this. Okay, so my nephew has 38% from Indigenous Americas, Mexico, 35% Spain, 9% Basque, 4% Portugal, 3% Senegal. Then there's Northern Africa, there's Sephardic Jews, there's Nigeria, there's Western Bantu, there's Eastern Bantu, there's Bengal, another type of Jew, Iceland, and Ireland. There we go. But it would be interesting to see what mine actually comes to. Well, I'm gonna go look up each of these little things. Y'all, I gotta keep it real. Something is bloating my stomach up right now. I gots to go. I gotta go to the bathroom. This will be a first on the live. Oh my goodness. Okay, so thanks for hanging out with me. I hope y'all have a beautiful, blessed rest of your night, day, tomorrow. I send y'all peace and know that Jesus Christ loves you the most. See y'all later.